Out of the boundaries of time and space, a playground exists where two young ladies meet to become friends. This playground is only accessible by a portkey.
Happy November 1st, the start of National Novel Writing Month. To celebrate NaNoWriMo, I've decided to tell you a story. Our main character is named Eris. She was born in a village at the foot of a beanstalk. As you probably suspect, that is the same beanstalk that Jack climbed to find the giants. Now, Jacqueline, as she's otherwise known, killed the giants several years before Eris was even born. But when Eris was little, many of the villagers decided to finally climb the beanstalk for themselves. At the top of the beanstalk, they found a huge window that when they climbed through led to a kitchen. Beyond that kitchen was a new giant free haven for all the villagers to make their own. Eris, her brother Milo, and her mother built a home tucked behind the giant couch. Eris and Milo grew up exploring the house, often jumping from one piece of furniture to another, pretending the floor was lava. They grew up in a comfortable life, but were not free from hardship. One day, the siblings returned from playing to find their mother dead. Too young, they were forced to fend for themselves. Now, Milo and Eris no longer explored the house while playing games, but rather explored the house looking for food. On one such outing, Milo was climbing ahead of Eris up the side of a cupboard when something huge came out of nowhere, moving straight for him. Eris called out to warn him, and Milo was able to jump aside, avoiding being squashed. However, doing so caused him to lose his balance and fall backwards onto the floor. By some miracle, he hit the ground and seemed unhurt. He scrambled to his feet and started running. Eris began climbing down the cabinet to meet up with him. While still only part of the way down, she watched in horror as a giant foot stomped down on him. She turned and took in the giant that had just killed her brother. He was looking down at the ground with a grin on his face, and from behind him, a female voice said shrilly, "There's another one!" The giant's body moved to face her. Eris dropped to the ground and, keeping close to the wall, ran as fast as she could. The giant's foot came towards her, but she dove into a corner. His huge appendage couldn't follow her. The foot pulled back and then swung towards her again, but luckily the corner kept it at bay. "I can't reach it!" the giant roared. And the female voice said, "Keep an eye on it, I'll go look for something." Eris wished she was as strong as Jack had been. Killing the giants wouldn't bring her brother back, but it would avenge him. But all she could do was run, and now she was cornered. A corner that happened to be below and slightly to the left of the window the beanstalk came to. If she could get to the beanstalk, she could climb down into the village where Jacqueline might live. Jacqueline, the giant killer. Eris carefully climbed the wall, keeping to the corner where the giant couldn't reach her. At the height of the window, she checked over her shoulder and found the giant distracted. She climbed swiftly over towards the window. Still some distance from freedom, something huge swept along the wall behind her. She couldn't outrun it. Instead of killing her, though, the thing just pushed her along faster, and suddenly she was out the window. For a second, she flew through the air, and then she grabbed onto the beanstalk. Then the glass crashed down behind Eris. As she clung there, the giant shouted from inside, "You can stop looking! I got the spider out the window!" Eris's 8 legs carried her down the beanstalk in no time, and she went to look for Jacqueline to beg the Black Widow to avenge her brother. The end.